Hi, I'm Rita. Welcome back to my YouTube channel, Life Worth Reading. And welcome to a new weekly reading vlog. Yes, I have gotten into the habit of doing this every single week, and I think that I'm having a really great time with it. So until that stops happening, I'm going to keep filming weekly reading vlogs. And this one is a great one. I'm starting this on a Thursday, and that might seem very random to you. Obviously, it's after work. I look disheveled. I look bad. I look kind of bad, but it's fine because tomorrow is Friday, but it's actually national holiday. So I have a 3-day weekend, which is so exciting. Next week will be like that as well. We're just having the greatest time. It was like Easter, 3-day weekend, and then next week I'm going to have a 4-day weekend. Like life really is great. Life is great. And this will be a really fun weekend. And I wanted to film a vlog for it because I'm not going into work, I'm not doing school, I'm doing a project for school, but that's neither here nor there, you know. It's not important right now. So let's talk about what I'll be reading this weekend. Since I finished The Final Empire, I'm currently focusing my reading efforts on the 2 books I'm still currently reading, Hamnet by Maggie O'Farrell and Blessings by Chukwuebuka Ibe. I'm currently 70-something% of the way through Hamnet. I'm on page 265, which means I have about 100 pages left. So it's not a lot to read. I also have about 100 pages left of this. So I feel like I can very easily finish both of these. The question with Hamnet, actually the question to both of these books is, will I finish them or will they finish me? Because these are both really heavy reads. They are incredibly sad. I am dying for a fun book, which we'll get to later on. But I am dying for a fun book right now because these are both really, really heartbreaking. But this one is absolutely beautiful. I am so engaged with the writing at the moment. I am so interested in this book. I'm having such a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful time with it. It's so sad, but the writing really is spectacular. And it's really breaking my heart. I'm not really in the mood for sad books, but sad books is all that I'm reading, you know. So hopefully I'll finish both of these soon because I want to get started on my next book. And I don't know what I'll be reading in tandem with this one, if I'll be reading anything in tandem with this one, but I'm going to be reading Big Swiss by Jen Biggin. This is my plan. How many pages is this actually? Okay, this is 320 pages, so it's really not a big book. And I desperately need a fun, silly, weird book. I fear I do. I need it bad. So this is what I'll be reading next. I don't know what I'll be reading alongside it, if I'll be reading anything, because I'm still currently working on that physical TBR. If you know, you know. If you know, you know. And I feel like I'm doing a good job with it. You know, I'm doing a good job, but I could do better. And that's where Big Swiss is going to come in as well. And that's basically what I'll be doing. I have some fun plans for Saturday. I'm going to have dinner with one of my best friends, sushi. I haven't had sushi since like my birthday, which was 4 months ago, which is diabolical. 4 months without sushi, diabolical. So we're going to have sushi, and then we're going to a Sabrina Carpenter party, which is going to be so much fun because apparently Sabrina refuses to come here. So I will go to her, and I will go to a party that's dedicated to her music. And I will have other fun plans for sure. I don't know what. Yeah, but in the midst of that, reading, journaling, and doing a project for school. Yes. Everyone booed. Tomato, tomato, tomato. I can't let Malala down. I have to work for school. I have to. I can't let her down. So that's what I'll be doing. But clearly I have a lot of pent-up energy right now. I thought because it only gets darker now at like 8 p.m. We love that. I'm going to read on my balcony for a little bit. I'm going to be reading Hamnet. Probably, or Blessing. Maybe I should do some more progress with Blessings. yeah, I think I'm going to get into Blessings because I haven't read it in a few days and I want to familiarize myself with the story and the writing style again. So I'm going to go on my balcony, I'm going to read a little bit of Blessings, and then we'll see where life takes us. But yes, I feel like my energy is really weird right now, but welcome to the vlog. I hope you have a good time and let's enjoy this 3-day weekend the best that we can. Guys, my bed is a fucking mess. Let's pretend that mount of jackets and stuff is not on there. But I want to update you that it's still Friday. I don't know if I mentioned that. Have I talked to you today? I don't think I have. You've only seen me. Yeah, I don't think I've talked to you. Okay, today's Friday. Today was a national holiday. We love to see it. We love to see it. And I have managed to finish Blessings by Chikoy Wakaibe. I read a little bit this morning, and then I also went to watch the ocean with my mom. We love watching the ocean. I fear that if I don't watch the ocean every single weekend, I fear I will just collapse. So that's kind of what's happening. And I have finished Blessings before dinner. And I wanted to tell you also, I kind of ruined my edition today, which is so upsetting to me, but I finished. This was a very, very solid 4 stars. No surprises here. I think that I really loved the writing style of this, and I loved how quietly devastating it was. It wasn't loud, and its sadness, even though I've never read it, I'm going to try to do a comparison and you tell me if this makes sense to you or not. It's not a little life in terms of the sad moments being so loud and so present and it being such a thing. I think one of the best parts of this book is how quiet it is, how subtle it is, how emotionally complex it is. I think that's a lot of where the acclaim for this book comes, in my opinion. And obviously the writing style, it just has a certain subtlety that I think is not present in a lot of books that are trying to be sad. And I really enjoyed it. I really, really, really enjoyed it. I loved following our main character, who felt so real, so flawed at the same time, but so deserving of love and of acceptance. And I think this could have been a much bigger book. I think that the last parts were so powerful. Him in his adulthood after having finished his seminar and that Catholic school experience. I think that the last parts were so powerful, and I feel a bit sad that it was so short because I feel like those were really impactful. The criminalization of same-sex marriage and same-sex relationships in Nigeria as a response to the rest of the world's newfound tolerance for homosexuality, I think were really, really impactful, and I wish I could have seen more of those characters that came along, of those relationships that were at the center of that last part. I really wish we could follow that more. But overall, I really, really loved it. And again, I feel like if that last part had been longer, this could have been like a 4.5 or even 5, but as it stands, it is a very solid 4.25 if you want to give it a quarter rating, which I usually don't do. And I am so glad that I read this. I'm so glad that I bought this. I'm so sad that I ruined it, but I'm so happy that I bought it. And I cannot wait to see what this author does next, because his writing was really impressive and I really admired those qualities I have mentioned. This was all that I read today. I might try to read, because the chapter that I'm currently reading of Hamnet is like an hour and a half long. It's basically from the 70% mark to the 95% mark. So I was going to tell you that I was going to try to read 1 or 2 chapters, but that's just not true, because I just remember that it's just 1 chapter. So I think I'm going to be trying reading for at least 15 to 20 minutes and seeing how far that gets me in terms of page count. And yeah, is that what I want to tell you? Yes, it is. I finished the book. Finally, I have finished the book. So the next step is to finish Hamnet as well, and then also to start a Big Swiss. But I feel like I want to finish Hamnet first, because Hamnet is such a heavy, sad also read that I really don't want to mix the hopefully weirdness and humor of Big Swiss with the heaviness and sadness of Hamnet. I don't really feel like mixing those two up. So I think I'm going to try and finish Hamnet today, tomorrow. Obviously not today, but hopefully tomorrow, before I move on to Big Swiss. But I'm really excited. I also really want to get started on my reread of Nevermore. It has also been looking at me for my shelf, so I think I'm going to try that as well. But yeah, what a great time. My last 2 books were 4 stars. This is a great time to be alive. And then the last one was a 5, a Dangerous Collaboration. So April is going really well so far. I've only read 3 books, but they've all been bangers. Anyway, I need to go take my makeup off, and then I'm heading into bed, or I'm going to watch a movie, something like that. But I want to dedicate at least 20 minutes to reading Hamnet, so we'll see how far that gets me tonight. And hopefully I'll see you tomorrow and everything will be great, and we'll be having a great day. Hello friends, happy Saturday. I haven't read a single page today because I'm so sick and tired of my hair. It's a problem. Anyway, I haven't read a single page today because I was working on my university report all morning, because I wanted to have that done by tomorrow. So I did that. So I haven't read yet. I think I read about 20 pages of Hamnet yesterday. And I do have some fun plans for today. I'm going out to one of my favorite secondhand bookshops, one that I don't usually go to. But it's a secondhand bookshop, and they give all the money to different charities every single month, and I really enjoy them. And I bought a book. I bought Becoming by Michelle Obama about 2 weeks ago, maybe, online through their Instagram, and I've already paid, so I have to go pick that up. But today they actually have, I think, a special offer of like buy 2 books in a different language and get 1 for free, or buy 2 pay 1 for English books. So I'm really excited to see what I can find. I haven't done book shopping in a while, at least books to add to the TBR, because I've just bought a special edition that I think will only arrive by the time for the next vlog. But I bought a special edition of a book that I've already read, and Becoming is a book that I've also already read and that I have been meaning to own for like 7 years now. So I'm really excited to finally have it in my hands. And I think that's it. I need to go fix my hair. I'm not doing my makeup yet because I am going out for dinner with Mafalda tonight. We're going to have sushi, and then we're going to a Sabrina Carpenter party, which is going to be so great. I think I mentioned that already. If I haven't, I'm sorry. But if I have, I'm also sorry, because I just mentioned it again. But it's going to be so much fun. So I'm doing my makeup later on today, because if I do it now, like by the time dinner comes around, it'll look not fresh. So I'm going out like this, just like this, and I think that's it. That's all that I gotta say. So I'm excited to see what books I can find. I'm doing a little bit of book shopping, maybe, because it's a secondhand bookstore. You'll never know what you'll find, so we'll just have to wait and see. But let's go. Hello, it's Sunday. I am hungover as hell, but last night was so much fun. I had obviously the best sushi ever, always. And then we went out to a club. It was so much fun. It was all like pop and Sabrina Carpenter. They should have played more Sabrina Carpenter. How are you gonna have a Sabrina Carpenter party and you don't play the entire album? Make it make sense, because it doesn't. I'm sorry, I'm so hungover. Oh my god. Okay, anyway, I haven't done a lot today because I stayed in bed until 1 p.m. We don't talk about it. But let's talk about the books that I bought yesterday, because I still haven't shown you that. I had so much fun at the store as well. I love the ladies that work there, and they were having, I don't remember if I mentioned that when I was talking to you guys, but they had like a 2-for-1 sale on books that weren't in Portuguese. So English books, French books, whatever. So that's why I went a little bit overboard. But I think you will understand once you see the books that I did get. So first of all, let's start with what I think I already told you about, Becoming by Michelle Obama. I bought this book a couple of weeks ago and I finally went to pick it up. I am so excited to own this. I love seeing the photographs, and I just love this book so much, and I admire Michelle Obama so much. So I'm glad that I finally own this and that I can add this 5-star read to my shelves. Then I found a really cool book that I usually would not have bought, but again, the 2-for-1 sale, and that is Pet Sematary by Stephen King, but it's like the vintage 80s cover, which I love so much, and in such great condition. I think it's so amazing, and I'm so glad that I have this. I have a vintage cover for It by Stephen King, which I also haven't read, but that one is ripped at the front, and this one is in almost perfect condition, and I just love this cover so much. And I thought, well, 2-for-1, why not buy this one? I do want to read Pet Sematary eventually. I love that it says on the back, the most frightening book Stephen King has ever written. And I do want to read Pet Sematary, I really do. The only book that I've read so far by Stephen King, I think, is Misery, which I did really enjoy. So I do want to continue on. I don't want to read all of them. There are so many that I'm just absolutely not interested in. But Pet Sematary is one that I am actually interested in. And I think this cover is just really, really cool. So that was that. Then on a less exciting note, maybe for you, I did find a copy of Optic Nerve by Maria Ginza. I literally talked about this book in one of my last videos, which was recommending books that I think are underrated. And I think that this book is so underrated. I first read it from the library, and I'm so glad that I now have a copy of my own. This is a really short book, but it's so original. It's so smart. It's such a short book that you should read it just for the concept alone and just for how original the format is. Maybe you won't even love it, but I think it's just worth the read because of how original it is. And if you love art, if you love museums, if you love visual art, paintings, all of that, I think that you absolutely need to read this one. And I'm so glad that I have it so I can reread it one day. Then I also found a book that I have been meaning to buy for a long time, and that is Chuggy Bane by Douglas Stewart. I read Young Mungo at the beginning of last year, and I really, really enjoyed it. It was very heartbreaking, but I loved the writing of it so much. And I'm so excited to have this book. I think it's in great condition. It's a little bit yellowed and the spine is cracked, but overall I think that it's in great condition. And I was looking for an excuse to buy this, and I honestly find this a lot at secondhand bookstores, but all the copies are either more expensive or they're not in this great shape. And I don't mind books that are a little bit old or yellowed, but I don't like books that are like beaten and battered. So I'm glad that I found this one. I don't know when I'm going to be able to read this because Young Mungo left me in a very, very sensitive place, a very miserable place. So I really have to be okay before I read this book because I just know it's going to be heartbreaking all over again. And then The Crown Jewel. Oh my god. I could not believe my eyes when I saw this book. I found, for reference, the secondhand bookshop that I go to, this specific one, besides being a solidarity one where you, like, the money is gifted to different charities every month, but no book is over €5 or $5 if you want to call it that. So the fact that I found this book for $5 is absolutely insane to me. I found The Way of Kings by Brandon Sanderson, the first book in the Stormlight archive, and it's perfect. I don't think this has been read. The spine is slightly cracked, but I feel like if someone had read this book, it would be a lot more used. And I just cannot believe my eyes. I have, like, you know, I've just finished The Final Empire, so I've been on the prowl for the Stormlight archive, and I cannot believe that I found it. I cannot pass it up. This is a literal brick. This is a literal Bible. This is 1,000 pages long, and obviously I don't know when I'm going to be reading this. I doubt it'll be this year. It depends on how I feel about Mistborn in general, the trilogy, but I cannot wait to read this whenever I do get to it. And I just couldn't pass up on it, okay? Like, if this was a full price book, I don't think I would have bought it yet, but you find it at a secondhand bookstore on a 2-for-1 sale, and you just have to. You really just have to. So that's the books that I got. Technically, I only bought 3 books that are going on a TBR because 2 I've already read, Becoming and Optic Nerve. So only 3 books are going on the TBR. If I want to get technical with it, I bought Pet Sematary as more of like a shelf decorator. If I do read it, which I believe I will, I don't think I'm going to be reading this specific edition. I bought it really just more to decorate the shelves. But still, I'm counting it. 3 books, I guess. It could have been worse. It really could have. I haven't read a single page today. I do not have the mental capacity to do so. I fear everyone has left the building. Everyone has left the building. I have been working on a university project, and my last 2 brain cells have been for that. And I don't think I'm going to be reading today. Just maybe a little bit before bed, but really what I want to do, besides edit this vlog, which I have to before the week starts all over again, but what I really want to do is just watch old episodes of BuzzFeed Unsolved. That's really where I'm at in my hungover stage. So I think that that's what I'll be doing. So no reading updates today, and I think I'm going to try to upload this vlog on Thursdays because I have been trying to upload on Wednesdays, but it just never works out. So probably Thursday, and hopefully until then I'll at least finish Hamnet and give you that whole reading update, because I wanted to update my journal, but I think I might just wait it out till I finish Hamnet so I can put the 2 books at once, because I don't like doing a clip for each book that I finish. Enough yapping. Almost 10 minutes of yapping already. Oh my god. Okay, I'm going to put all these books away, and then I'm just going to lie down and watch old episodes of BuzzFeed Unsolved while I have a snack. That's really all I feel like doing, so that's what I will be doing. And I'll see you later. When will that be? I don't know. I look rough today. I do have makeup on. I only have blush and concealer on, but boy did I need that concealer. Oh, I really needed that. So yeah, I'll see you later. I hope that you're having a better day than I am. Not that I'm having a bad day, I'm just not feeling great. I went a little too hard yesterday, but I don't know. I hope that you're doing good, and I'll see you later with hopefully a reading update. Boy, do I have a vlog update for all of you. I'm too lazy to go get my camera right now, so this is just what we're dealing with. But literally, so I went into work. Today is Monday, April 28th. And I went into work so late because there was already strike on the railroad, so I couldn't get my usual train, so I had to take a bus that took about a million hours, and I was so late into work. And I was working, and at about like 11:30 in the morning, like the power just went out, and at first we thought it was just our office, and then we thought it was just our building, and then we thought it was just local, and it turns out there was like a nationwide wipeout, also in Spain, also in the south of France. And guys, like, the chaos was chaosing. It was so terrible. Like, everyone was just kind of like leaving the office because we were like, is it coming back? Is it not? It's not. So we all were trying to leave the office, and if there were already no trains without any electricity, like, because we have no electricity, so there's no trains, there's no subway. The only thing that's working is bus, and still like the
street signs, traffic lights, that's what I mean. Traffic lights aren't working either, so it's really dangerous, and chaos just ensued. And I work right at the center of the city, which is also a place that's usually already very chaotic. So it was literally just chaos. It took me 3 hours to get home with the help of my mom, who, thank the Lord, was able to come help me out and come get me. And now I'm home, but we have no electricity, and all of our utensils at home are electricity, like my water heater, my oven, my microwave, like nothing works. And they don't know how long it's going to last. It's currently 5 p.m. and they don't know how long it's going to last. So I'm just reading. Like, it's me and my Kindle against the world right now. Thankfully I charged my Kindle to 100% the other day, so I have like 90 something percent to keep me going. I have a radio like an old person because my phone doesn't work, and I'm just listening to the news. Hopefully it'll be solved today, tomorrow, but I guess I'll just be reading. There's literally nothing else I can do. I'm only going to film this clip just to update you because I have to save the battery on my phone because I can't charge my phone. So it's kind of like end of the world scenario, but not really. And I'm just reading on my balcony, I guess, because it's a beautiful day. So happy Monday. This surely was unexpected. It was total chaos. The traffic was absolutely insane of everyone just trying to get home because almost no other method of transportation was working. It was just absolutely insane. So I'm glad to be home now. I'm glad to be safe. From what I've heard, there haven't been any accidents or anything yet. Like, there's no injuries so far, so everything's okay. But it's just like day-to-day life chaos, if that makes sense. But yeah, I'm just going to keep reading and we'll see what happens, and I'll just be finishing up Hamnet. I have an hour to finish Hamnet. I have literally nothing else to do, so let's do it. Let's finish Hamnet, and I'll see you hopefully when the electricity comes back, because I really cannot waste battery. I mean, I can film on my camera, but that's also limited, so we'll see how this goes. But yeah, what a day.
Well, I'm filming this update because when the day ends, I will no longer have light to film this update. So the blackout is still ongoing. I think it'll end probably around midnight tonight. I don't intend to be awake by then. I will take this social media detox, this internet detox that I'm currently having, and hopefully I'll be able to sleep early tonight. That would be great. So that's what I'll be doing, but I want to give you my update that I finished Hamnet by Mary O'Farrell. I really enjoyed this book. It's just one of those books that, because I didn't read it consecutively, I didn't read this quite fast, so in between reading it, it kind of fell off in my brain, but I just finished it, and those last words were just such a gut punch and like a punch in the stomach. It was so heart-wrenching that I'm considering giving this like a 4.5 because I loved the writing so much. I don't think it's fully a 5, but I think that a 4.5 really encapsulates my experience with this book. I really adored it, and I'm so glad too, because I've been putting this off for years now and I felt really bad about it. So I'm glad that I finally read it and that I think so highly of it. I think, again, the prose is beautiful. It takes a little bit to get into, or at least that was my experience. I don't know how it'll be for you. I found it a little bit hard to get into, but as soon as I was immersed in that world, I really was immersed in that world, and I just loved the writing. It was so lyrical but not exaggerated. It was so beautiful, and it was very sad, but it was also so just like, yeah, like a punch in your gut, you know, like a really strong gut punch. So I'm really glad that I still finished this before the week ended, before the month ended as well. And I felt like I've lived 3,000 years today alone, but I'm ready to eat something. I don't know what, because my fridge isn't working and none of my kitchen utensils work. But something will happen. I will be eating a can of tuna, we'll say, with bread. And hopefully I'll be getting the best sleep of my life, because I won't be it will be like the first time in years where I won't have been on my phone before bed, or on my iPad or my computer. So if I don't have the best sleep of my life tonight, guys, I will be pissed. But also I will not have the best sleep of my life because my, what do you call this? I don't know if you have it in other countries. This is such a stupid thing, but it's like a window cover. My god, how do you call this in English? It's like for it to get dark at night, but it's not working because it's electrical. So I will be looking at this big ass window when it gets dark, and in the morning I guess I'll wake up as soon as the sun rises. But hopefully the situation is normalized tonight. From what I know, from what I've heard on the radio, like an 80-year-old bitch, there's still no accidents or injuries or people that are suffering, so at least that's something. And yes, we're a little bit uncomfortable, but it is what it is. So I thought I would give you this update before the lights go out, and it'll just be me and my candles against the world, I guess. But yeah, I'm really excited that I finished Hamnet. I'm going to be taking a shower, a really cold shower, unfortunately for me. But I think I'll be starting either Big Swiss or The Trials of Morgan Crow. And yeah, in a couple of hours I will have to light candles, and we will have a most cozy romantic evening just by candlelight. So for now I'm going to take a cold ass shower before it gets too dark and I get too cold. I'm going to do that, take my makeup off, and then I don't know, we'll just read or fall asleep, whichever comes first. I am so, I was going to say tired, but you're tired of hearing me say that, so I won't. Reading update. It's Tuesday now. The blackout ended at around 10 p.m. yesterday, something like that. I was already in bed. I did not have the willpower to turn the camera back on, but I want to tell you that yesterday and today I have read until page 85 of Nevermore by Jessica Townsend. This is the book that I ended up starting instead of Big Swiss. I just felt like reading something light and fun. I also think that Big Swiss might be that, but I was really in the mood to start this middle grade again, reread, and I'm really enjoying it so far. I just had kind of forgotten at this point because it's been 2 years since I've read it, so I was kind of I was forgetting a little bit of what was happening, but I really love this series, and I'm hoping that they stand by on a reread. But so far so good. It's really fun, it's really cute. I love our main character and I care about her a lot, which is always needed when you have a middle grade, because if you don't find the main character likable, you know, it's harder to like a story. And right now I'm just going to take a shower, wash my hair. It's already 8 p.m. somehow. I got home really late today, and I'm just T-word. You know what the T-word is if you've been watching the vlogs. I'm just T-word. And that's that on that. But yeah, life keeps going. We keep going. And yesterday was the most chaotic day ever, but everything's fixed now. Everything's fine. Yay, yay, yes. Yay, universe. And I'll see you when I do see you. When will that be? I don't know. I don't quite know. But I hope that you're doing well, and I hope that you're having a good day whenever it is that you're watching this. And we'll talk hopefully later. I'm hoping to read a lot of Nevermore today because it is quite an easy book to read in the best way possible. So I'm hoping to get a lot of reading done this week. And who knows? Who knows where the world will take us? It's like tomorrow is already the last day of April. So it's about to be 1 month since I've started working. And I feel like I've aged about 20 years in this month. But I'm having a really great time, and I'm really grateful, and I'm really happy. So that's all that matters. But I feel like I am 50. Okay, enough yapping. I'll see you later. Hi, it's Thursday. It's the day that I'm going to upload the vlog, and I still haven't finished it. I totally forgot that I had to do an outro clip, so here we are telling you about all that I've read this week, because honestly I know that I've said it a couple of times, but this has been one of the most chaotic weeks of my life. It was a 3-day work week, and it still absolutely ended me. Monday was the blackout, then Tuesday I also fell on the train, and that was really painful. and really humbling, and I got home really late. And then yesterday I also got home at 9 p.m. after work because just work. And I couldn't even go to my classes because I only left my office at almost 8 p.m. So I missed my classes, and it was just the longest 3 days of my life, I think. But enough complaining. I'm not trying to complain. I'm just saying that I just didn't do all that I planned to do. But I do want to tell you that, as you know, I finished 2 books. I finished Hamnet, I finished Blessings. Blessings was a 4, and Hamnet was definitely 4.5. I really loved both of these books, and I'm very thankful that I have read them. I really enjoyed them, especially Hamnet. I'm so happy that I finally read Hamnet. It has been on my shelves for 4 years, and I'm so glad that I finally read it and that I enjoyed it so much and that it met my expectations. And then I also started reading Nevermore on Monday, and I'm currently on page 220 already. I'm hoping to finish this book today because, again, today, national holiday, workers' day, I don't work. So I'm hoping that I'll finish this book today. I adore this book so much, and I pre-ordered the 4th book, which is coming out 1 week from today. So 1 week from today, my doorbell will ring and the 4th book will be in my hands. So I really do want to read the 3 books that came before it, reread the first 2, and then finally get to the 3rd one, which I haven't read, this week before the 4th one comes out. And that's what I'll be doing. And that's what I read this week. Was it a lot? No. But it was honest work, as it always is. And today is somehow the 1st of May. We're entering the 5th month of the year. That feels like a scam. Time feels like a scam this year. I don't know what's going on. It's moving way too fast. I'm trying not to worry, but I am worried. And again, I feel like the vlog wasn't great. I don't know if I'm really enjoying filming weekly vlogs, but at the same time, because of work and my classes, I feel like I don't have a lot of interesting things to tell you and interesting things happening. So I don't know how to feel about it. And yeah, sometimes I just feel a little bit self-conscious and insecure about the videos that I'm uploading, but hopefully you're enjoying them and hopefully you're having a good time as I am. So that's what I've read this week. I'm so excited to be back in the Nevermore world. I'm really loving this reread, and I'm so happy. It's exactly what I needed after the heavy books that I've just read. So I'm really happy about that, and I'm excited to see what May brings me. Again, it's going to be another really chaotic month because of work and finishing up university. It's my last month of classes, so I have a lot of like final projects to hand in to the end of May. Then I also have my friend's wedding, which is going to be so incredible but so stressful. And I have so many things to plan, and the bachelorette party and the wedding itself, and it's just a lot going on, but it's all good things. It's all really great things. So at least there's that. And I hope that you did enjoy watching this video. If you did, please do give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for more bookish content, and I'll see you in my next video. I hope you have a nice day, and always remember that life is worth reading.